Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to give you guys an update on my Naca process. As you all know, I started my process on November 18, 2017 when I attended the workshop. Everybody knows by now, on who's interested in Naca, who search for this, they know a little bit about Naca. Naca is a 10-step program to home ownership. They're a program that uses character-based lending as opposed to pulling your credit score and looking at your credit. They don't look at credit, they look at your circumstances, your individual circumstances, to make sure that you are educated and prepared to own a home. If you're not, that's their job. They make you become educated and prepared to own a home. Not only get in the home, but own the home and be healthy and not broke and house poor. So a couple weeks after that, I got the first Naca. I got the appointment to go to the intake. That's step 2 in the 10-step process. But my husband couldn't make it, and I called them back the same day to request another appointment, and they honored that and gave me an appointment for December 8th, 2017 at 11. My husband couldn't make that, and at that point I heard everybody going through it, that your husband and you, whoever is on the application, has to be there with you. So I was pretty upset that he couldn't get the day. But I called them and they told me that I could come on in. So I went in, and they said, only thing your husband is going to have to sign some paperwork. That paperwork being to pull his credit. Now, I uploaded all the documents Naca needed for my intake appointment. The documents are as follows. The dependent information. I don't have any dependents. Bank information for the last 3 months. All your bank accounts, all pages. Employment for the last 30 days. If you get paid every 2 weeks, is 1 month. It's 2 pay stubs. If you get paid every week, it's 4 pay stubs. Your residency information for the last 2 years. If you live with your parents or anything, just write a letter that you live with them. Naca dues. The Naca dues is your membership and to pull your credit. It's $25 for the membership, $13 and some cents if you and your spouse is there and they pull it together, but $13 if they have to pull it individually. So when I went, I paid $38.08. They don't take a credit card, they don't take a debit card, they don't take cash. It has to be your bank information, your checking number and routing number, or your savings account number and your routing number, and that's what they use. If it bounces, it's a negative reflection on you, so make sure you have the money in your account. Your preliminary budget, you could do it on the Naca links. When you are gonna know what that is. If you sign up for Naca, you're gonna know what Naca links is. Then your membership agreement, you're just gonna click yes, agree on the Naca links. Your membership authorization, same thing. Then you need to submit your tax returns, your 1040 for the last 2 years. At this point, we're gonna approach 2018, so it's just gonna be 2017 and 2016. So for most people, that's what it's gonna be. Your rental verification, it must be in the last 60 days. So in the last 60 days, you have to verify where you rent. I don't know what form that is, but anyway, we'll figure that out. Credit card statement, I forgot to bring my credit card statement, so you're gonna need that. You're gonna need your to bring in to your photo ID. You're gonna have to answer your questions, and your 3 months of bank statements. Now those are all the items I uploaded, but when I went there, she created an action plan for me. And the action plan is, it says from December 8th to March 8th, 2018, I should be qualified within 3 months. But based on what I did, she said I could have qualified in this month, no, December 2017. But I'm waiting on my husband because he needs to be here for a year, and I want him to be on the application. When she went through, there was some additional items that I need to bring in on my next appointment. My student loans are in public. My student loans are in public service. The federal government took them over because they're in public service forgiveness. So that means that if you work for a nonprofit, if you work for the government, your loans are forgiven after 10 years. And I don't have any payments. My qualifying payments are 0. So I don't make any payments, but there's interest that's still being charged on the loans. They're going up every year. So even though I don't make any payments, interest. But anyway, it's going to be forgiven anyway. But Naca, they still want a what if scenario. Like, what if you were to pay? How much would you pay per month? So she needed to get that information, so I provided as much as I can because the underwriters are gonna ask. So I gave her, so we're gonna iron that out when I meet back. She ran my credit. I had some charge-offs from my college years. I have to write a letter of explanation for those. I have to my ID didn't say Connecticut, it said New York. I have to write a letter explaining that my ID, that I moved. Let me see. I'm just looking at my items here. My job is seasonal, so I have to print out something from the showing that it's seasonal. So I have to bring that to her. So I gathered all that stuff. Another thing is she commended me on uploading all my documents and said a lot of members had problems with getting their documents on the Naca links. I told her that I used a Windows-based computer. That's what I used with with Internet Explorer, and everything happened fine. But when I came back from the appointment on the 8th, I tried to use my Macintosh computer through Firefox, but it kept on saying it's an error. So I guess I have to stick to a Windows-based computer. So that means I'm going to have to go to the library to upload these information. But anyway, the program is saving me a ton of money, so I don't care. Anyway, when we went, she gave me a preliminary what I could afford, or what I could be approved for. And I'm in Connecticut. I used to live in New York, but I moved to Connecticut. And we live in Bridgeport right now. And we were gonna move back to New York and pay those ridiculously high $1,500 rent. But Naca is gonna be ready by the time our lease is up, so we'll just move into our house as opposed to moving into somebody's apartment that want 1 month rent, 2 months security, dog fee, application fee, credit check, everything for like you're gonna come out of pocket for $5,000 Plus, you have to pay movers. So why don't you just move into your own house? Start building equity right there. So that is what we're going to do. So anyway, we're looking into moving in Fairfield County. That's where we live. But we hate the commute from Bridgeport. It's atrocious. It's the worst thing. The Merritt Parkway is packed. The 95 is packed. Those are the two ways in. On Parkway and Highway. The other way is local, which is 10 times worse. So we just hate Bridgeport. So we want to move 30 minutes down, which is Westport. A1, #1 school district in Connecticut. I looked it up. Westport, Reading, Weston, Walton, all those uppity places. Houses there. It's very rare you find a house for under $400,000. If you find one under $400,000, you're lucky and jump on it. Right now I'm eyeing a house there that's $350,000. And I hope by the time we're ready, it will still be there. It's on a 4-acre lot. 4 acres of land. It doesn't have a basement, but I don't care. It's 4 acres of land. I could do a lot with that. I could expand. I could subdivide. I could sell some. I could do a lot with that. But anyway, me and my husband is at 95% of the median area income in Westport and in that area. And the median area income is 86,300. So we're at 95% of that. So because we're at 95%, and how they do with the percentages, if you're at 80% and below, you don't have any cap onto the amount of money they'll lend you. But if you are at 80% and above, you have a cap. So my cap is, the minimum is 250,000 minimum, and my maximum is 384,000. But I don't want to spend more than 385,000 anyway, so that's good for me. But another thing she neglected to mention was, she didn't do it over again, the quick look at what I could afford. But when I go back, is that I only work 34 weeks out of the 52 weeks in the year. So she's gonna have to factor that in, and that's gonna make me go below. So I'm gonna be able to buy more house. But I'm not, I don't know. The highest I might go is $400,000, but I have to see about that. But anyway, the funds needed, down payment none. Naca doesn't charge down payments. Closing costs none. They don't charge closing costs. Earnest money, you get it back at closing. That's $1,000. Home inspection, $500. Reinspection, $50. Because Naca has to inspect, and then they go back and inspect again and see if the people fixed what they said they were going to fix. Insurance, you have to pay that 1 year up front. Escrow insurance, meaning you have to pay a deposit on the insurance. Prepaid interest, you have to pay the interest because you get nothing for free. Now, what she explained to me, in rent, you pay then live. With a mortgage, you live then pay. So you get a month that you don't pay anything, but don't think it's for free. You're gonna pay it the next month. So nothing is free in America. So the minimum required funds for the amount of money I want to spend is $5,514. And that's what I need to pay for my minimum. That's what I need to save up. But hubby and I don't have any problem saving that up. That wouldn't be a big issue for us to do. So we are gonna move on this. We're gonna update all the documents that she needs, and we're gonna get ready as ready can be. Another thing is to be organized and get all the information fast and good up. Your housing counselor is gonna give you a paper, and it's gonna have her name, email address, and phone number. I would suggest putting that number in your phone, so it's quick. Email address and everything, put it in your phone. And everything you get from Naca, scan it and put it somewhere electronic that you could reach it really fast. Scan everything that you get from them, put it in the document cloud somewhere. Just put it somewhere. And as I go on, I'm going to be updating you guys on every step of this Naca process. I'm going to give you guys the real cost of owning a home. I'm going to walk you through step by step, because when people say owning a home, it's just to pay the PITI. That's a principal and taxes. Well, with this loan, I want to buy down my interest rate to virtually nothing, so I'll pay no interest. So what I'll be paying is just principal and taxes for the most part. But with a home, you see, like some houses you rent, they come, you pay the rent and no utilities included. You have to pay for all your utilities. Now the rent is not just $1,000 now, right? Because your utilities are like $150. So your rent now is $1,150 because you have to pay your utilities. It's the same thing with a mortgage. You have to pay your utilities. You have to pay gas, electric. You have to pay for snow removal. If you opt to go to Home Depot and buy a snow blower and do it yourself, fine, you save some money. You have to pay for lawn care, but if you want to do that yourself, you save some money, but you're not really saving any money because you're giving your time, and your time is money. So you're going to have to do all this yourself. You're going to have to go buy a snow blower, buy a lawnmower, buy a weed whacker, buy a weed blower. If your house needs some paint, you're going to have to paint it. You know, buy little knickknacks for your house because it's your house. When you have your apartment, your dishwasher breaks, you call the maintenance people. Anything breaks in your house, you're the maintenance. So you fix it or it don't get fixed. So all those are the costs are going to contribute to your mortgage. So you're going to be coming out of pocket sometime $2,000, $2,500. Another tip that I heard from another YouTuber is when you own your own house, you get house fever, like, because you could do anything to your house. You could paint it or do anything you want. So now your new hobby is to go to Home Depot and Lowe's and spend on credit or your own cash, whatever. And you just spend money. But my tip is, before you get this house, please sit down with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your mom, your dad, your sister, brother, aunt, cousin, someone, and make a legit plan on what you're gonna do. Everything, you need to make a plan, because Jesus came to this earth with a plan. His plan was to save as many souls as he could. So when he came, nobody could and when he came, nobody could deter him from his plan. He literally came to save people, and that's exactly what he did. So you guys need to have a plan when it comes to buying this house. Everybody will be successful with following Naca steps, self-enrichment, watching YouTube videos, because The wealth of information that you could get on YouTube is priceless, and you don't have to pay for any of it. So just keep plugging away, and I'll keep posting and uploading as I go on. I don't get a lot of views right now, or I might never get a lot of views, but hey, this information is out there for anybody who stumbles on it. YouTube videos never delete, so years after somebody wants to say, hey, what's a Naca? Search Naca on YouTube. Tons of videos will pop up. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful day, and I will come back to you on January 8th of 2018 to tell you how my step 3 went. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.